Hey crafters, and welcome to the channel Enchanted by Craft. We have another short craft vlog here. Just a little recap. I'll say what I prepped for this market and how it went, what the vibes were. So here is the last thing I had time to prep. This little kitty. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I of course made a few changes, such as crochet eyes. I feel like it's just my brand to use crochet eyes instead of safety eyes. And then I gave it a little star color, so it's a little magical kitty. This yarn is some yarn I've had in my stash for years. But yes, this is the last thing I made. I did not prep a lot. And then here is one of the cat keychains I made, and then here is also two pumpkin ones and another cat one with slightly different eyes and a nose. Then I also made, I don't have them right now, this was a clip-on one, and it's also gold and not silver colored. But I made silver ones with normal ear wires, and I was gonna wear the clip-on ones. One fell off somewhere. It's my fault for having clip-ons and not having pierced ears, so I thought I would look silly with only one earring, so sadly I didn't wear these. But that other pair of silver ones with normal ear wires did sell for $15. What else did I prep? Just two cute pink heart chokers. So here's one of them. I just made a silver one and a gold one. Neither of these sold. I did sell a decent amount of what I prepped, and you can see I did not prep a lot. I had like 2 weeks notice for this market, and I've mostly been working on a different crochet project pictured here. This is a shawl. It's going to be a wedding gift for one of my close friends from high school. So I've mostly been working on that and not market stuff. Okay, what did I wear to the market? Sadly, not this earring, but what I'm wearing right now. This is the Mimi vest. It's my first clothing pattern that's in process right now. It's being tested. And then I'm wearing this floral bandana, which is by the YouTuber Shinda DIY. And I wore it with this. So that was the fit. Very cutesy Boba. I thought it fit the vibe. I almost like went in a different direction because I have, you saw the pink heart choker, I have a black one. I almost was gonna go for more of a cute, alternative, cutesy look. I was conflicted between two different sides, but we went with this look. So here's just what my table looked like at the beginning of the market, starting from right to left. I put all my keychains and the small amount of amigurumi I have together near the little basket. Behind that we have the catnip toys, and behind that we have the bookmarks. Then for the middle front of the table kind of is like accessories. So I have the flower pins, which are my cheapest item, and then I have my earrings and my chokers and other necklaces laid out. And next to that is the bandanas. Then left of the bandanas, we have all the hanging plant decor and the pine needle baskets and a few spiderweb decor items. And yep, that's the table. Maybe, honestly, like half of the people who came into the boba shop ended up buying something. It wasn't super busy, and it's funny that their busyness was picking up as I left. So I was there from just noon to 4 p.m. And here's the vendor fee. $0. How far was it from my house? Very close. It was only like less than a 10-minute drive away. So usually I'll drive 2 hours to a medium-sized city, since I'm in more of a town than a city. And my sales don't do that great here. So I was actually pleasantly surprised by how this went. The fact that there was no vendor fee and I was indoors. Also, I like this boba shop. It's cute. I pictured it briefly in my knitting a Nana scarf little cozy vlog. So it was the same boba shop. When I was there knitting my scarf, they told me that I could sell there, to just message them on their Instagram. And then 2 weeks later, I was selling there, so that was cool. So the vibes were great. I went in with very low expectations about sales. I was just expecting to have a good time and have a yummy drink and a yummy snack. So I feel like going in with that kind of low expectation, but a positive vibe of knowing you'll have a good time, it really does make for a nice market experience. because, you know, if your low expectations are low, you're not going to be disappointed, and then you can get really excited when things go a little better than what you expected. And then just having that positive background vibe of just like, I'm gonna have a good time and have a yummy little snack. Also, was really glad it was indoors and not outdoors. That definitely helps the vibe a lot. I didn't feel the need to slather on greasy sunscreen or wear my gigantic sun hat. So that was very nice that I could wear my cute bandana instead of my giant sun hat. So what did I sell? I'll just like try to circle the things I sold. I'll do it in the order I sold them in. I can already tell you that keychains did pretty well, which I did expect. Now, for my small town, usually my bandanas do good in the medium-sized city, but I felt like they're priced a little high for a small town, so I was surprised at how well the bandanas did today. But maybe it's just because they fit the cutesy Boba vibe really well. So my first sales was 2 chicken keychains at $8 each for a total of $16. Next, for my second sale, it was one of the cat keychains here. It was a strawberry and a mushroom catnip toy. So cat keychain, $8, strawberry catnip toy, $5, and mushroom catnip toy was $7. So this was a total of $20. And I want to say that this cat is what drew them in, but they didn't buy the cat. But it drew them in, and they said that it looked like their cat, and then that was my chance to say I have catnip toys. So even though I didn't sell this guy, he ended up getting me a sale, is what I think. I did have him priced, he was my highest priced amigurumi, just because it took so long and it was black thread, but he was priced at $25, which is probably seems high for a lot of people for the size, and that still is probably a pretty low hourly wage for this guy. I know if you crochet with a big bulky thread, you get a much better bigger amigurumi and better hourly wage. I really hate working with that. But I think I'll probably make some more amigurumis around this size and maybe price them just a little lower and just have them as something that doesn't make a high hourly wage, but it can be cute and fun to make and draw people to your booth. Number 3, my third sale, 1 floral bandana. This was 2 girls together who also crocheted, so I was expecting to just have fun talking to them, but not sell them anything, so I was really surprised about this one. Okay, so a floral bandana for $25, an embellished bandana for $20, one of the chicken keychains for $8, one of my little flower pins for $2, and the daisy chain earrings I showed you earlier. This kind, but it was with silver fixings for $15. So this one sale interaction was $70. And I want to mention these earrings. I've sold 0 of these when they were priced at $20, which is interesting because when you see earrings like this on Etsy, some similar designs to this, they're usually at least 20, if not more. But when they were priced so high, no sale. So I ended up lowering the price to 15. And the daisy chain, I've done other colors which have also sold at $15. This is my only earring design that I've actually sold so far. I expected earrings to be kind of popular. I think if I made more of the daisy chains with various color options, I would get more sales on specifically these at the $15 price range. I think once I get faster at micro crochet, I will feel okay with that price and the hourly wage that I can get from these is hope. Okay, moving on. The fourth sale was just 1 floral bandana, again for $25. I do not have a card reader. I had a younger girl ask me if I had a card reader. She said everything was really pretty. I told her I didn't, and she seemed like kind of sad, and I felt kind of bad, so I gave away one of my flower pins, which it's not much. Like, it takes less than 10 minutes to make a flower pin. I sell them only for $2 each, so I was like, I'm just gonna give her a flower pin because I feel kind of bad, okay? Not expecting anything in return. So that's, you can think of it as negative too, for now, but keep watching. Counting that as number 5 sale, I guess it was an anti-sale, I don't know what you want to call it. My 6th interaction I sold my discounted heart bandana for $15, a monstera plant for $20, and first time I've sold one of my lavender bookmarks for $7. This sale was a total of $42. This was an employee, so I felt kind of bad. It's also the person, my number one sale of the 2 chicken keychains was also the same employee, so I felt like I was taking their whole paycheck, their whole shift money, probably, so I felt kind of, I feel bad. I don't know. Sale number 7, I sold a mushroom catnip toy for $7, a strawberry catnip toy for $5, total of $12. Surprised at how well the catnip toys were doing. I think maybe they were just a little bit more visible on my table today. Whereas I felt like my bookmarks, you could see they were more in the back, less visible, so maybe that's why I sold less bookmarks. I'm thinking visibility really does affect your sales, and things closer to the table, closer to the edge, to the customer, I feel like maybe they do end up doing better, weirdly enough. 8th sale was one pumpkin keychain. She only had $7. I was like, that's fine. And she was like, no, I'm gonna text my husband and he's gonna cash up you the other dollar. So that was very nice. Then my 9th sale was the other pumpkin keychain for $8. And then my final sale, it was the little girl who I had given the flower pen to. She came back like over an hour, maybe 2 hours later, and then bought both a string of pearls plant for $20 and a chicken amigurumi for $10. So that was a total of $30. Okay, so that was only 10 sales, but it all totaled up to a total of $231. Which, for the market having no fee, I was only there for 4 hours, pleasant hours too, noon to 4, it being very close, and being indoors in the AC. I'm very pleased with these sales personally, and I would totally go back to this one. Very cute, awesome boba shop. It was nice to test out the pumpkin and cat keychains, because that's the first time I've made those, and I have a Halloween market back in the medium-sized city, so I'll definitely I'll be doing a little bit of Halloween market prep. That'll probably be the next market vlog, is how that one goes. So quantity-wise, keychains sold the most, but probably what ended up bringing in the most amount of money was probably the bananas, because, they're higher priced. Oh yeah, let's talk about treats. I got a matcha with a rose milk cap on top. It was really good. And then I got a matcha mochi waffle, which was also really good. So I got some yummy snacks too. And here is a photo that someone took of me. It was near the end. It was at my 8th sale when the lady brought a pumpkin. Then she took a photo of my table. So mostly almost the full after table. Please comment down below if this gave you any fun market ideas or what you thought about my pricing, because I see mixed advice about pricing. I'm gonna price it at what price it will sell at. And some things that I really enjoy making might make a very low hourly wage, but this is only one leg of my whole crochet thing. I want to get more into the pattern selling, and I also have this YouTube channel, and this is all a part-time gig, sort of, and I have a part-time job. So my biggest thing with markets, the people who are focused on getting a high hourly wage, they are making the chunky yarn amigurumis, which are very cute. I personally really hate making those, and I can accept that some of my items are not making a great hourly wage, but it's like fun. I'm still getting a fun dopamine hit, and I'm still profiting some. Some items might make me only $7 an hour, some might make me $10 an hour. Few items might make like $15 an hour. My pine needle baskets probably make me $2 or $3 an hour. I'm still gonna keep making the pine needle baskets because I really love making them, and there's people who want to buy them. I don't sell a lot of them, but kind of like just a whole balanced view vibe about doing markets, really. I'm not someone doing this full-time or claiming to do it full-time. Like, if I was able to do this full-time, it's gonna have to be through the patterns and the YouTube for sure, because if I had to focus just on hourly wage for crochet markets, it would really suck the fun out of it for me, and I feel like I wouldn't be making what I want to make, because a lot of what I make is just stuff that I like want to make. It does make it a lot easier to keep the passion, to not be too stressed about it, to not suck the joy out of it. And I feel like you do end up with a more unique booth this way. Definitely no hate or shade to people who just make big plushy amigurumis, though. I think it's super, super impressive whenever somebody can do this full-time. But I think this is like a good look at what it looks like when you're definitely nowhere close to that yet, but you're still having like a lot of fun. Okay, this ending was a little rambly, but thanks for watching, and I'd be glad to get feedback and whatnot. Bye!